10:30 because shit happens. And this is Night Drive, you motherfuckers. Listen, I am Billy at the_swan_man on Twitter. Repping for the Army of Snarkness, also on Twitter, at Army of Snarkness. Fucking everything's on Army of Snarkness, man. Like the Facebook page at Army of Snarkness, and shoot us an email, armysnarkness@gmail.com. For now. Where are your children at? They're in my balls. As far as I know. On the floor. I don't know. Because, sperm. My DNA! Fucking Tuesday. So I'm late from work. I'm late from work because shit happens. So I'm recording this slightly later, which means this is usually the time that I actually upload it. So it's 10:30 and some change. Because shit happens. Shit happens. What is it? 3-dimensional printers. I love them. Or do I? No, there's a website called Shapeways, and it's the future. Or rather, the 3D printer is the future, and Shapeways helps in that. It's a business where you send in, the design, or someone sends in a design, and they replicate it for you, boom, like Star Trek and shit, and then, you buy it. Or profit, or whatever. Or your design gets bought, and then you profit. So it's one or the other. You can order very unique, or request very unique objects. It's printed on I think it's a PVC type plastic. I'm unsure of the actual kind of plastic, but Shapeways is just an example I'm throwing out there, and I dig them. I dig Shapeways. So, but it's the first example I ever heard of like retail online sales of 3-dimensional printer stuff in action. But these things are apparently growing and are fucking everywhere nowadays. Or soon. For good and for not, People are making, you can actually make like a single-shot handgun. Single-shot, bang! Out of this, because it's fucking plastic. Out of this, from these 3D printers, you gotta fucking build it and shit, and your dimensions have to be exact and all that, but I'm just saying, that's pretty cool. So we're in the goddamn future, because that is essentially a Star Trek replicator. Bah! Only replicators made it out of, basic carbon matter, right? And it took the molecules, and it would form anything from food to... I don't think they made phasers in the replicator, but a backlith, just for argument's sake. So, weapon to food. Food was, ingestible, and the weapon was a weapon. So, we live in the future, man. We got tricards. I'm doing this on a tricorder as I speak, essentially. Nigh impossible if you have the technology and the battery power, and the signal strength, sort of, but signal's fucking everywhere. It operates off the 4G. It's nigh impossible to get lost, or at least not find directions, save for the goddamn Apple Maps. Sorry, kids, Apple Maps. They blow! Story about the Apple Map. Story about the Apple Map. I'm drinking too much schnapps, man. Too many apple schnapps. So, I'm going to Cincinnati for a Bengals game, but not for the Bengals, for the motherfucking Cowboys, because that's how I roll in this motherfucker. Fuck the Bengals, Cowboys all the way. So, I nabbed tickets. It was a great Christmas gift, yeah. And so we were going up to Cincinnati and looking for our hotel. We had already booked. We were going up to stay at said hotel. And, getting Cincinnati from where we are, it's a straight shot, north. Right off 75, boom, you're there. Pretty much. Pretty cut and dry. It's just getting off onto, the subsects, the little areas to go into a hilariously downtrodden hotel. More on that later. I forget the name of the city. But, so we gotta go to Cincinnati. Easy as pie. So, for most of the trip, I'd say 3/4 of the trip is just me being like, yep, go. My wife was driving. She really wanted to drive in her new little, little smart car, little penny racer, down the interstate. And I got good gas mileage, so I was like, fucking A. Got to the gas station, filled her up with gas, got, some brewskis for the road. Well, not on the road, but, for the hotel. Because after I go to a hotel, I don't feel like going out and fucking doing shit. So, I'm just settling in the hilariously downtrodden hotel. So going north, no problem. Why would there be? It's fucking Cincinnati. It's, again, up. It's like, drive north. It's the only city north of here, pretty much, that's worth, putting off the interstate. In that regard, it's the place to go, baby. Any more west, and you're going to Chicago. Any more east, and you're going to nowhere. I guess Philadelphia, eventually. Maybe? No, that's north. Nah, fuck it. You get my point. So we're going there now to get to the little... We were going not in Cincinnati. There was no hotels in Cincinnati. Again, last-minute hotel booking during an NFL game with one very popular team and the Cincinnati home team. Hard to get shit done. Obviously, a lot of Cowboys fans coming up or down or wherever they're from, meeting in Cincinnati. So, okay, we go, and it's a little town, like, right on the border of Cincy, like, right past Cincy proper, boom, to the right on the map. So it's like, okay, we drive, and we're off the interstate and onto the promenade for Cincinnati. All the exits are there for, the zoo and this and that. I'm fairly well, versed in Cincinnati, except in the dark, but that's, because it's like, fuck, man, I can't. And I was going east, not west. West side! So, going there, and it's a little town off the side, which, again, I don't remember the name of it, so if you know, tell me. No, and, we start turning, and I've got the Apple map doing the RoboCop thing, because that's the thing. I'm looking for the exit, more than anything. And I like following the little blue dot. Now, on a Google map, on the iPhone, easy. Again, RoboCop. You just fucking track it. Take a right when it fucking turns right, You are the dot. Be the dot. I'm trying to be the dot, and on the Apple map, it's like, wah, wah. The line fucking disappears all of a sudden, and, like, we are in the middle of the stadium, but we're driving on a road, and we're going, 60-plus miles an hour, so the dot is a-moving, but now I have completely, like, literally the blue line, even, that I'm supposed to follow, goes zig-a-zig-rat. That's the best way to describe it. Zig-a-zig-rat. Shit's fucking everywhere, man. Doesn't make any goddamn sense. So it's like, okay. Fuck this. And Apple Maps, they'd like to talk to you with Siri. Instead of just being, fucking quiet, and you just read the directions. The primary mode is for it to be like, turning left on, you missed turn for this. And it's like, fuck, shut up, bitch, I'm trying to fucking figure out what you fucked up. You're fucking me up. So, you're gonna kill us all. According to this, we're already dead. Shit, they're plotting our graves on this motherfucker. So, okay, fine. Thankfully, I found the option where it's just, written. And I was like, alright. Gotta turn the volume off, because bitch keeps talking. The Siri bitch is meh. Even when you flip to just red menu. The red map, where you just read it. So I was like, okay, bitch, shut up. Turn that shit down, kill my battery, awesome. Always cool on a long trip. You finally turn off onto this town, and yeah, we made it to our hotel. No thanks to Apple Maps, motherfucker. And it was kind of in a shady part of the world, and Kayla was upset, and it was pretty funny. The Wendy's. So we saw a real hooker. Well, I'd already seen real hookers, but, like the kind that are working hard at it, like with the fucking backpack with the change of clothes and the handgun and at least a knife, to protect yourself, and she wasn't all that, attractive, so I was like, yep, that's a slice of reality. Right in the Kroger parking lot. Kroger. You're fucked. Fucking armed guards and shit. It was crazy. At the Kroger, which is a grocery store. For anyone that doesn't know, because they're not of this earth. Yeah. Kroger. Southern grocery store, I guess. That's where I got my Yingling. We got some Yingling. We instead, we decided to pimp out the hotel room after I calmed her ass down a little bit. And we went out and got some booze and stuff to make it okay, and watched Jamie Foxx on SNL with the Yingling, which was touted as a really awesome beer on the local radio where I'm from, and it turned out it was okay. That's all I got. I had to pay fucking higher alcohol taxes for Cincinnati, but whatevs. And had a great time, and the Cowboys won, and that's the end of that story pretty much. Except, yeah, well, here's the thing. You go down to a football game, NFL. Football American, okay, not fucking soccer. Or, whatever. Football, hand egg. You go to a hand egg game, and there's tailgating and shit going on. And there's a lot of one-way streets, because it's a downtown, and for some reason, everywhere you go, if you're in a downtown, it's mostly one-way streets coming or going. Cool, whatevs. Walking down the street, got the cheap parking, like, fuck it, we'll walk a few blocks. Walking a few blocks, migrating with all Cowboys fans, more or less. And there's a lot of open carry going on. And a lot of shit not happening, either. That's the thing. It's like, the city's open, because we had to use a restroom, and there were none to be had. Nothing's fucking open on Sunday. At least in Cincinnati, at least downtown, there's no business happening. Just nothing. Barely a restaurant. Which blew my fucking mind, because I thought Cincinnati was a quote-unquote major American city, and it is to a degree. You know, there's fun songs about it from Babes in Toyland, but goddamn, I thought we would at least be able to use a restroom or something. There's nothing. Nothing's going on Sunday. Except the football game in the center of fucking, Earth. For Cincinnati. Like, that's it, though. That was the only thing happening that I could see. Now, maybe some Cincy natives hit me up with what I should have done, because I know I got a lot of that. I'll tell you what I should have done, but that's at the end of the story. Looking down, there's all this open carry going on. I was like, I want to tailgate, but fuck. Everyone's just bringing their own and carrying it in their fucking pockets and shit. And I'm in my vintage, leather Cowboys jacket, which that's what that fucking jacket was used for. Hiding beer cans. It does it well. I was like, shit. We go there, we check out to see what's popping at the stadium proper. We're about 2 hours early, because I figured it was an event. I mean, there's Cincinnati fans and football fans in general, just, having a good time. Well, they are. Not anywhere near the stadium. On the very outskirts of the stadium is where that shit happens, apparently. And it's all blocked off with fucking fencing and shit, and, I couldn't figure it out. No one takes card, of course, and I didn't have any, that much cash. It's like, fuck. So we go back to the cheap parking, which was a shorter walk than the first time, because, your new fucking things happen to your senses when you're discovering a place, so it feels longer. The new input makes the trip, as you would know from anything, from driving to a new locale, maybe flying to a new locale, never flown, etc. Your mind is, your eyes are taking in all this new input, so it feels much longer than it actually is. Because the second and third trips we did walking there and back again, not as long as the first fucking voyage to find the goddamn stadium was. Because we just followed the dudes in blue. We just followed all the obvious football fans, like, oh, cool. So, get there. I grabbed my Yingling, which is in the trunk, because, again, we took it from the hotel. We only did one night stay. I gang my Yingling into the fucking coat. That's the way Dad did it. That's the way America does it, and it worked out pretty well so far. There's all this open carry, and I'm a legal, baby. I don't like breaking the law. Well, I don't like breaking the law. Law! So, what ended up happening was, I just put it in my coat, and I'm all, nonchalant, drinking Yingling, walking down the thing, and throwing one to Kayla's way, and she spiked a drink for her, and put it in the old-fashioned plastic bottle gag, and we make it back to the thing, and we have our own little tailgate waiting for the goddamn doors to open, and I buy a bunch of tchotchkes with that's where I get my cowboy beads and a foam finger. I'm like, yeah! I love foam hands, don't ask me why. Go see the game. I fucking pig out on Cincinnati, the Gold Star Chili thing. I have a fucking crate of Conies on my fucking lap. I'm watching the boys. They're taking it way too seriously on the Bengal side. It's hilarious. They get mad and shit. And I'm just like, I'm having a good time. I don't expect to win. And then we won. I was like, fuck yeah. I'm drinking their fucking beers. Although bullshit in America with the no beer sales after the third quarter. What the fuck? You're supposed to do that on the fourth? Come on. To, celebrate victory or mope defeat. But here's to you. Why aren't you fucking drinking on the fourth? Or after the game? Whatever. I guess it cuts down on mess or some such. Because it shut down fast. It's bang! Done. No food, no drink. Like, Jesus Christ. I didn't get one of those steak dogs. Maybe later. They had these steak dogs in the atrium that smelled like fucking heaven on a bun. Heaven on a bun! Probably wasn't, but... And the Gold Star Chili was Gold Star Chili, but... It worked. Nachos were good. On our way back, what we should have done, because every time we walked back and forth, there was one sports bar. I forget the name of it. What's it matter? There was one, nice sports bar that was clearly ready for the game, and everybody started corralling into there after the game. I was like, let's just do that. Honey, please, let's just do that, because I'm pretty sure there's, 2 ways out of here, and they're all going to be packed with assholes like us trying to get out. He's like, no, we'll be fine if we just hurry. I'm like, fine. I wanted to eat at the bar. I wanted to celebrate Cowboys with cowboy people from the Texas. No, that didn't happen. So we get in the car and go, lo and behold, traffic jam for about, 90 minutes until we got back on the interstate. This is fucking lame. Could have had fucking dinner. I was hungry. Could have had dinner. Hungry after all those hot dogs, I guess. For a proper meal. I mean, a 3-hour game, went through it. And drinking hungries, man. Come on. Sitting in fucking line like I thought. Booyah. But all in all, a great trip with some fun photos. Cowboys won. Can't deny that. And I just, It's always cool to go to a new event. Except baseball. That shit takes too long.